Unboxing an early life. When remembering those artists who pushed the boundaries of creativity, we often look to their past to understand their present and future. Childhood is at once unifying and uniquely forming. Today we will be walking through a few select items in this artist's childhood archive of over 2,000 pieces, which we have kept carefully stored in temperature and humidity controlled rooms. The first item here is her baby teeth, given to the museum from the St Francis Foundation. You can see here on the second molar there's some discolouring on the enamel, but the most notable feature is this smaller fragment. You can see it's ever so slightly chipped. This is due to falling off her bike as a youth at her most active and unruly phase. This sense of unabandoned exploration without fear of the consequences is echoed through her later work. Through observing her early written work, it's impossible not to note her fervent commitment to the physical. These early stories are my personal favourite item within the collection. It's incredible that we have been granted access to an artefact that helps disperse the billowing mystique that clouds the artist in her day-to-day. In her first writings, her personality is unveiled, and it's obvious that she understands the symbiotic relationship between hand and mind that propels her career forward. Now we reach what I believe is undeniably the most iconic piece in the collection. Propelled by an indescribable inner force that drove her towards greatness, she discovered on a sunny day in 2014 what was later to become a defining statement piece. This headband joyfully dances on the crossroad between functionality and style, central to her personal philosophy. Note the slight ageing along the elastic, showing its frequent use to hold her hair back. She would have been appalled to halt her creative process for even a moment. She was even quoted at age 7 saying, "I yearn to be free of this physical vessel so I can create as my most elevated self." As the artist got older, she yearned to understand the world and all its peculiarities, so she embarked on a netball expedition to Bognor Regis at the infantine age of 9. Here is some footage captured from this time. However, she wanted desperately to maintain communication between herself and her guardians, so her mother generously bestowed upon her this iPod. Throughout her career, she's talked about the necessity of this maternal bond as a source of comfort and guidance. Those with the trained eye may observe the slight scratching on the surface. An inside source informed the archive that this was because the iPod was kept at the side of the netball court due to her enthralment with the digital. When she finished secondary school, it was marked with a shirt signing ceremony, which was a tradition of early 21st century children. Note, you must be very careful with the material and make sure not to crease the fabric, as it will hold permanently. This garment here acts as one of the cornerstones of the collection, as it conveys her burgeoning understanding of collaboration. This white cotton shirt embellished with dedicated messages from friends showing her innate ability to unite her peers. Playing is some archival footage from this time. This was her most reactive and rebellious age, in which she pulled away from her ever-supportive mother. This final piece shows how later in her career other artists took inspiration from her childhood. The print was created by enthusiast Molly Patton. It captures one of her fondest moments of the artist and her mother on a life-changing trip to France. We will find the prodigal child is turned towards her mother, a sense of confusion at their distance. This era reflects her becoming her own person and the whole world of creative wonder beginning to open. The strength of the bond between them screams through the image. This spectacular collection, on display from the 28th of May to the 7th of June, enlightens the viewer to the undeniable sacredness of the artist's early years in nurturing her artistic mastery. How was that, Daisy Doo?
Yeah, let's give Mama.
Do you want to run it one more time?
Do you think we need to?
Do you want to get it on camera?